Hello, listeners. This is Jonathan.
And I'm Day. Are you a slave to American coffee?
In this lesson, we'll learn about using the words anything and nothing correctly from a conversation between Sheila and Mark in their office, and about how to make small talk in offices.
Sheila just returned to the office with coffee and is making casual conversation with her boss, Mark, before they get back to work.
Sheila and Mark are in a work situation, so Sheila is speaking politely with Mark. However, you'll notice that Sheila and Mark's tone is getting more casual than in previous lessons. This is because they are getting to know each other better, and in American offices, this means they can speak more informally.
Okay, let's listen to the conversation. Here's your coffee, Mark. Can I get you anything else?
Oh, thanks, Sheila. I don't need anything right now. I swear, there's nothing more important than coffee in Washington.
Nothing? Not even power or influence or money?
Absolutely nothing. If there were no coffee in Washington, no one would get anything done.
I don't really understand it. I can drink anything and be fine.
You're young. You just haven't developed a lifelong dependency on caffeine yet. No coffee in this town would mean that half the people in this office couldn't get anything accomplished.
Sounds like a dangerous drug. I've seen everyone before their first cup. It's like talking with zombies.
Oh, we are. Once you get hooked on this stuff, you can't operate without it.
I suppose as bad habits go, it's not so bad though.
It's definitely better than smoking.
Wow, are there people that are that addicted to coffee?
Well, as you heard, coffee is essential for many offices to function. While tea or other beverages are preferred in other countries, coffee is the number one drink in the United States.
So everyone drinks it?
Well, not everyone, but I'd say most people do. Many people drink it continuously through the day for its stimulating caffeine and develop mild addictions. When coffee addicts do not drink coffee for a long time, they can even get headaches. That's why some people call themselves coffee slaves, because coffee is kind of like their master.
That's crazy. It sounds like some kind of narcotic.
Oh, it's not that bad. Coffee is a major point of casual conversation in an office, and jokes and conversation about making, drinking, and even cleaning up coffee are a part of every office.
I guess it's part of the culture.
That's exactly right. Let's take a look at the vocabulary for this lesson.
The first word we shall see is
Influence.
power to affect something or somebody.
Influence. Influence.
Next is
Absolutely.
in a complete and total way.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Next we have
Dependency.
reliance, addiction.
Dependency. Dependency.
Next is
Caffeine.
a chemical in coffee, tea, and chocolate that helps your attention and focus.
Caffeine. Caffeine.
Next we have
To accomplish.
to succeed at something.
To accomplish. To accomplish.
Next is
Zombie.
a type of monster, a living dead person.
Zombie. Zombie.
Next we have
To get hooked.
to become addicted.
To get hooked. To get hooked.
Next is
To operate.
to function.
To operate. To operate. Let's have a closer look at the usage for some of the words and phrases from this lesson.
The first word we'll look at is
Dependency.
a reliance or addiction.
How is it used in the dialogue?
Mark tells Sheila You haven't developed a lifelong dependency on caffeine yet.
Mark says this to mean that while Sheila isn't a coffee drinker yet, she will most likely become one. Most, but not all, professional office workers in America drink coffee and develop lifelong dependencies, which means they have trouble functioning without a few cups of coffee in the morning. Mark predicts, in a friendly manner, that Sheila will also at some point become the same way.
What about you? You're a coffee drinker, right?
Oh, most definitely. I started drinking it in university and never stopped.
You coffee slave.
Let's move on to the next phrase.
Zombie.
A type of monster, a living dead person.
As the conversation on coffee continues, Sheila says, I've seen everyone before their first cup. It's like talking with zombies.
Sheila is comparing people before they drink their morning coffee to undead monsters. This is a light-hearted and funny way to talk about people in the morning.
I don't think it's so funny. I've seen you in the morning before your coffee. There's nothing funny about that.
That's true. I did almost bite you once.
All right. Well, that's all of our phrases for this lesson. Let's move on to the lesson focus.
Sounds like a plan.
The grammar focus for this lesson is using anything and nothing.
That's right. In this lesson, we'll be looking at how we can use any words and no words without making mistakes or sounding odd.
Any words like anything, anywhere, or anyone can be a bit tricky.
True, and so can no words like nothing, nowhere, or no one.
The most important thing to remember, though, is to not use double negatives.
Right. Only one aspect of a phrase can be negative. That includes the subject, the verb, and the object.
So when Mark says no one would get anything done,
the negative aspect is the subject, no one.
But the verb would get and the subject anything are affirmative and positive.
Exactly. We can usually say the same sentence in different ways by just changing the negative aspect.
For example, I was so sick I didn't eat anything could also be said as I was so sick I ate nothing.
Or the library was empty. There wasn't anyone there. Could be said, the library was empty. There was no one there.
In general, though, we make the verb negative in the sentence and use any words more often than a positive verb and a no word.
That's correct. No words are most commonly heard as one-word answers to questions. Hey, Day-Day, what are you doing?
Nothing. Hey, Jonathan, where are you going?
Nowhere. Wait a second, who's at the recording booth door?
No one.
Great. We just used all the no words to answer questions. Our listeners at home may want to listen to that section a few times so that they can completely understand.
That's a good idea. So let's take a look at what Mark said again.
No one would get anything done.
In this case, he uses both a no word and an any word.
Here's another example. No one wanted to do anything tonight because they were so tired.
I have one too. No one wants to go out with me anywhere.
Oh, I'm sorry, Day-Day.
That's okay. I don't want to go out with anyone anywhere anyhow. Well, okay, that's not true. I just wanted to use 3 any words in a sentence.
Nice job.
Thanks.
All right, folks. That's about it for Upper Intermediate Season 1, Lesson 7. Thanks for listening. Hope you'll be back soon.
Bye-bye for now. Here's your coffee, Mark. Can I get you anything else?
Oh, thanks, Sheila. I don't need anything right now. I swear, there's nothing more important than coffee in Washington.
Nothing? Not even power or influence or money?
Absolutely nothing. If there were no coffee in Washington, no one would get anything done.
I don't really understand it. I can drink anything and be fine.
You're young. You just haven't developed a lifelong dependency on caffeine yet. No coffee in this town would mean that half the people in this office couldn't get anything accomplished.
Sounds like a dangerous drug. I've seen everyone before their first cup. It's like talking with zombies.
Oh, we are. Once you get hooked on this stuff, you can't operate without it.
I suppose as bad habits go, it's not so bad though.
It's definitely better than smoking.